Thanks for joining us on ntTV News at Noon. I'm Madison Myers.
And I'm Sydney Deshawn.
The investigation continues tonight into a fatal train accident in Denton. Monday morning, a freight train struck and killed a pedestrian on Mingo Road near the TWU golf course. While first responders quickly arrived at the scene, 45-year-old Alejandro Morales Puga died about 8:30 yesterday morning at a local hospital. This is the first train pedestrian fatality this year.
Wildfires across the state continue to burn and is not stopping anytime soon. Most of Texas is under drought conditions mixed with wind and sun, creating a dangerous combination. Reporter for CBS Austin, Melanie Torrey, gives us the scoop.
We certainly are looking at not just today, but tomorrow looks like a day that we will certainly have a high probability for any fires that start.
Carrie Hines with the Texas A&M Forest Service says fire risk remains extreme across much of Texas. Right now, the Crittenburg Complex fire near Fort Hood has burned more than 30,000 acres and is almost half contained. No injuries or home losses have been reported.
This is not going to be a 48-hour fire. This fire is going to last several days, if not weeks.
But massive fires aren't the only task keeping the Forest Service busy. Small grass fires are taxing resources too.
It was just yesterday that local resources called in the Texas A&M Forest Service on almost 20 other fires just yesterday. So our crews are certainly active across the state.
In addition, 30 states have sent fire crews to Texas to help with current and anticipated fires, while the Forest Service's Predictive Services Department is not yet forecasting another 2011 fire season. They do know activity is already higher than normal.
A lot of what this summer is going to look like will depend on the spring rains and the type of spring grain up that we get over the next few months.
Plumes of smoke billowed across the sky from an uncontained fire near the small towns of Flat and Gatesville, drifting north into the DFW Metroplex. Gatesville Police has opened 2 centers for evacuees from nearby communities. If you find yourself in an area affected by smoke, it is recommended you limit outdoor activity, stay cool in an air-conditioned area, limit strenuous activity, and stay hydrated. Areas west of I-35 are under a red flag warning, meaning those affected should not burn anything or create open flames or sparks. You know, Sydney, it was so warm yesterday walking to class, I can't help but wonder if the warm temperatures are here to stay.
Yeah, you're right, Maddie. The weather does seem to be getting warmer, but I have all the details. Let's go ahead and take a look into our first weather. Right now we are sitting at 72 degrees and it does feel slightly chillier at 69 with those high wind speeds at 24 miles per hour. Now moving on to tonight, our temperatures are going to warm up. It'll be 78, feeling like 74 with again those high wind speeds at 23 miles per hour. Now looking at tomorrow's forecast, our temperatures will cool down. That will be because of those clouds coming in. It'll be 67, feeling a bit warmer at 68 with again those high wind speeds at 20 miles per hour. Now that is all I have for our first look. Make sure to stay with us for our full weather forecast later in the show. Back to you at the desk, Maddie.
A controversial bill restricting certain LGBTQ topics in the classroom has been signed in Florida. This decision came with lots of backlash over the decision by Governor Ron DeSantis. Reporter Reed Binion was able to talk to both the supporters and opponents of the bill. Let's check it out.
Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay measure, as critics have dubbed it, is now law. On Monday, Governor Ron DeSantis appeared defiant at the bill signing after months of controversy.
I don't care what big corporations say. Here I stand. I'm not backing down.
DeSantis referencing Disney's condemnation of the bill, which has also sparked student walkouts in some Florida schools. Although it does not specifically ban the use of the word gay, the bill does prohibit instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity in kindergarten through 3rd grade. Supporters argue the measure gives parents greater oversight over what students learn and discuss at school, and that LGBTQ-related topics should be left for families to discuss at home.
Parents have a fundamental role in the education, healthcare, and well-being of their children.
But opponents say the measure negatively impacts an already marginalized community. So far, at least one LGBTQ rights group, Equality Florida, has threatened legal action against the legislation.
You're clearly singling out, clearly discriminating against in this situation, and we feel it.
Meanwhile, Trevor Project, a nonprofit that works on suicide prevention among LGBTQ youth, released a statement saying, quote, LGBTQ youth in Florida deserve better. They deserve to see their history, their families, and themselves reflected in the classroom. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
The bill is the latest to target members of the Florida LGBT community. Governor DeSantis has also signed legislation targeting LGBTQ Floridians, including an anti-trans sport ban last year.
Coming up, if you missed the Oscars, you may want to keep watching to see the biggest hit of the year.
And stay tuned to see how Biden's new budget may be sending us back to the moon.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, so we have to watch the next one before next class, right?
We do?
I think so, but it's not on Netflix and it's not on Hulu, so...
Man, I don't want to pay for that.
So what do we do?
You think there's a place we could go to get the movie?
I'm not sure, maybe?
Oh, there's a place to get the movie.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's right here on campus. Come on, I'll show you.
What I love about BFC is the atmosphere and the members. The family feel that we have in our club is really genuine. What about you, Bree?
My name is Bree. I'm the vice president of Black Film Club, and what I love about Black Film Club is it's a small but close, like, little family. You know, I feel like a lot of times when you go to a PWI, it's hard to find like a Black community that share the same interests in you. So I'm very blessed and grateful to have, found my family.
What I would say I like about Black Film Club is obviously the environment that it sets for everybody. I love the officers. I've been rocking with basically all of them since day one, since freshman year. We all came in here at the same time, all got involved with Black Film Club at the same time. So it's been a nice community to grow with, and then seeing new members come, seeing them get interested, seeing how they like Black film, teaching them what we can teach them before we leave, and giving them the mantle to take over. It's a blessing.
A service of Thanksgiving was held in honor of Prince Philip Tuesday at Westminster Abbey. His wife, Queen Elizabeth II, son Prince Charles and his wife Camilla, and grandson Prince William and his wife Kate were all in attendance. According to a statement from the palace, the event paid tribute to the Duke of Edinburgh's, quote, dedication to family, nation, and commonwealth, end quote. Officials said his contributions to public service and work with many organizations were additionally highlighted. Philip died at the age of 99 last April.
Will Smith's first Oscar was overshadowed by the onstage slap that is still causing chaos all over social media. Chris Rock's joke about Smith's wife did not sit with him well. CNN's Isabel Rosales has more on the drama-filled night and the reason that police are not stepping in.
It was a shocking onstage slap, winning the most buzzed-about Oscar moment.
Wow!
Seconds before, comedian Chris Rock's joke about Jada Pinkett Smith didn't land with husband Will Smith.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
The onstage blow stunning the audience, leading to wide condemnation and support on social media. Smith's son tweeting, "And that's how we do it." The Academy writing, "It does not condone violence of any form." Pinkett Smith has been open about her struggle with alopecia, an autoimmune disorder that leads to hair loss. G.I. Jane, the 90s blockbuster to which Rock referred, stars Demi Moore with a shaved head. Smith later returned to the stage, accepting the Oscar for Best Actor in the film King Richard.
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family.
During his emotional speech, Smith apologized to the Academy and fellow nominees, but didn't specifically mention what happened or Rock.
He should not have been allowed to go on stage to make a speech.
Smith appears to have skirted any potential legal fallout. LAPD confirmed Rock declined to press charges. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
A UNT graduate wins his first ever Oscar for the Queen of Basketball documentary. Donnie Wilson grew up in South Dallas, where his love of basketball first began. Wilson then joined the NBA Legends as one of the executive producers for the film. The documentary is about Lucia Harris, who scored the first ever basket in the history of women's Olympic basketball and was the only woman to ever be drafted by the NBA. Wilson hopes that the film is seen by every little girl out there, anticipating that Harris's story will inspire them just as much as it did him. Wilson also hopes that this Oscar win will mean more doors open for him to tell more stories. This warm weather has got me really excited for summer. I'm just hoping that the temperatures don't drop. Our weather anchor Sydney Deshawn can tell us what to expect. Sydney?
Well, Maddie, our temperatures are looking beautiful. We're finally seeing the temperatures that we've been waiting to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions here across North Texas. We can see that we have temperatures ranging from the low and mid 70s. Our warmer points are going to be down in Dallas at 74, down in Fort Worth at 75, and down in Stephenville at 73. And our chillier points are going to be up in Gainesville at 71. Now let's go ahead and zoom out to that state map. Again, we are seeing those beautiful spring-like temperatures. Our warmest points are going to be down in the south at Houston, Austin at 78, and our cooler point is going to be all the way in El Paso at 68 degrees. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that full weather forecast. Now today we can expect some thunderstorms in the evening, but tomorrow our weather is going to clear up and we will be having some clouds. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, our sun will be back out with a high of 76 and a low of 39. Now on Sunday, we can expect that rain to come back in again. We will be having an 80% chance of it. And on Monday, our rain will stay in the morning, but it will clear back up toward the evening and we will just be seeing some of those clouds. So if you do plan on going out this weekend, just make sure you are prepared with the rain that may be coming in. But that is all I have for our full weather forecast. Back to you at the desk, Maddie.
Thanks, Sydney. The U.S. federal budget affects everyone in ways you may not think of. It can change everything from how much you're paying on your energy bill to the quality of your local parks. Every year, the president drafts up his budget and sends it to Congress for revisions. President Biden's 2023 plan is set to be discussed today. Amy Kiley with CNN gives you Biden's big budget items.
Congressional hearings on next year's federal budget are taking off. A House committee is scheduled to look over President Joe Biden's plan today.
The budget I'm releasing today sends a clear message to the American people that what we value.
Here are some of the highlights. Biden wants more funding for NASA. It could put the first woman and person of color on the moon and prepare for human exploration of Mars someday. He also wants to increase funding to combat the opioid epidemic and
we still spend what we need to spend to continue to fight COVID. Those expenditures will be dramatically less than last year.
His plan has money for crime prevention, law enforcement, and defense spending. Republicans say funding for that last item isn't enough.
Putin and Xi will sleep more soundly at night if the Biden administration gets its way on defense funding than if Republicans get ours.
Biden also wants to improve the supply chain and domestic manufacturing and favor clean energy. To pay for all that, he wants to restore some corporate taxes Republicans chopped in 2017. He'd like to increase income tax for people who are worth more than $100 million. And he wants them to pay for unrealized capital gains. Those occur when things like stocks increase in value even before people sell them. Moderate Democratic Senator Joe Manchin says he's skeptical about that idea.
No matter how wealthy they are, they should have to pay. Everyone should pay, but not penalized to the point to where it doesn't make sense.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Want to get fit for the summer? We have all the tips and tricks you need to feel your best.
And learn how this professional sports league is being more inclusive. More details after the break.
Imagine it's ice cream day at the office. And everyone from the day before voted for their favorite flavor. Everyone but you. You decided not to vote. The flavor they picked isn't the one that you wanted. But can you really complain? Shh! Now imagine that with an elected official.
Choose not to vote, choose not to be heard. Get registered today.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
With it finally warming up outside, I know most of us are wanting to look and feel our best for summer. Our anchor, Madison Myers, has all the best tips and tricks to help people stay fit but in a healthy way. Madison, what can you tell us?
That's right, Sydney. Summer is coming up quickly, and if you're looking to lose weight, there are better options than fad diets. CNN's Mandy Gaither with Health Minute has more on what you can do now to reach your goals.
Beaches and bathing suits. It's almost that time of year again. If you want to get healthier before summer, start now by changing up your diet.
Let's think about limiting our hours in which we're eating. Let's think about eating more fiber, more plants, less hyperpalatable foods, less processed foods.
Kristen Kirkpatrick, a registered dietitian with Cleveland Clinic, says fad diets aren't the way to go. There's no way to stick to them over the long haul. Instead, try intermittent fasting. You'll only eat during a certain time frame, such as between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. She says other diets that work, the Mediterranean diet, which includes healthy foods like whole grains, fruits, veggies, and seafood, as well as the DASH diet, rich in veggies, fruits, whole grains, low-fat or fat-free dairy products, fish, poultry, beans, and nuts. You can also cut back on calories by listening to your body.
Am I hungry right now, or am I looking to feed emotion? Am I just dehydrated? So really taking the time from a mindfulness perspective of, am I feeling true hunger? But I'm gonna eat until I no longer feel that hunger, which means eating slow, chewing more, taking out distractions, and being able to stop before I feel that feeling of fullness.
Kirkpatrick says not to focus on a timeline for weight loss. Instead, celebrate milestones along the way. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
So you don't have to cut junk food out of your diet entirely. Instead, focus on eating healthy 90% of the time. Back to you, Sydney.
Thanks, Maddie. The National Football League has announced a new diversity initiative. Following a meeting in Palm Beach, Florida, the NFL announced plans to form a new 6-person diversity advisory committee. The committee will be helping to bring more minorities into key positions around the league, like coaching and team ownership. The NFL has been on the hot seat recently after former Miami Dolphins head coach Brian Flores filed a class action lawsuit against the NFL, claiming racial discrimination. The league's commissioner says that they will also continue working with civil rights experts in their diversity efforts.
I'm glad the NFL is making some changes to be more diverse, Sydney.
Me too. Let's check in with our sports anchor, Brandon Brunworth, to see what else is in store for us with sports. Brandon?
Thanks, ladies. Stay tuned. Softball season is heating up. Rangers spring training is finally here, and the Mavericks take on the Lakers. I'll give you all the details after the break.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
It's that time of year where everyone plays a dangerous game with the flu. Going in uneducated, you run the risk of symptoms like cough, migraine, and fatigue. Don't be like this guy. Combat the flu with cough drops, ibuprofen, and a good night's sleep. Be smart, don't catch the flu.
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Your North Texas softball team is playing great ball as we pass the halfway point of the season. Even though they lost on Sunday to Charlotte, they won the series 2-1, shutting them out on Friday and winning with their offense on Saturday. The ladies just couldn't get the bats going on Sunday, with their first hit not coming to the top of the fifth. Your Mean Green head back home to Denton, having won their last 3 series as they look to host UTEP on Friday at 6 p.m. on ESPN+. Somehow, I still can't believe I can finally start talking about baseball. But here we are, with opening day just a little under 2 weeks away for our Texas Rangers. Even though it's a shortened spring training program, there's still been plenty of excitement to go around. Namely, seeing the Rangers' new blockbuster additions, Corey Seager and Marcus Semien, hit the field for the first time. After the Rangers committed $500 million to the duo of infielders this offseason, expectations will be on them to help bring a winning culture back to Arlington in 2022. I know it's only spring training and you should take it with a grain of salt, but I'm all in on these Rangers and ready to be heard again. These Rangers are absolutely raking this spring, in 9 games leading all clubs with 81 runs and second with 21 home runs. It's only spring training, but for the fans, after watching the Rangers lose 102 games last year, things are looking up, and it feels good to finally feel hope for this club. The Dallas Mavericks continue to take care of business, as on Sunday they took sole possession of the 4th seed from the crippled Utah Jazz. With the reeling Lakers coming into town tonight, the Mavs now control their own destiny for home field advantage in the playoffs, and still have a chance at taking the 3 seed from the Steph Curry-less Warriors. This is so important as the Mavs have become a killer at home, winning 18 of 22 games at the AAC in 2022. This Lakers team comes to Dallas in quite a different light than they did the last time they were here, and continue to be a giant mess with Anthony Davis still hurt, LeBron's lingering issues, and Westbrook continuing to build houses with all the bricks he's laying. With LeBron listed as doubtful tonight, the Mavs need to take advantage and be ready for a team that has been backed into a corner and playing for its playoff existence. With the Mavs win, they would come within a game of the Warriors for the 3 seed, while Lakers loss would push them out of the playoffs and into the 11 seed. Look for Dallas to take care of business again tonight as we race towards the playoffs. Back to Sydney at the desk.
Thanks, Brandon. Being a school custodian might be one of the more underappreciated jobs out there, but at Oak Hill Elementary School in Atlanta, these students made sure a special custodian knew they cared. Lana Gashinko, a Ukrainian-born U.S. citizen, has worked at the school for 21 years, but she still has tons of family members in Ukraine. In a show of support, students drew sunflowers, which are a symbol of hope in Ukraine. They also had a big Ukrainian flag with the message, "We love you, Miss Lana." Lana said when she saw what the children had done, she started crying.
I love hearing about stories like this because even though it seems like such a little act, you just don't know that could have made the world to that janitor.
Exactly. I know when I was reading that story, I even started to tear up a bit. It's such a sweet moment, and I'm glad that these children were able to do that.
Definitely, guys. I was definitely holding back tears watching that story. Thanks for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 here on North Texas Television.